Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, February 22nd. Looking at window traders' market profile of the ES and NQ. I mean, you got to give the bulls a standing ovation here. What a day. It's amazing how NVIDIA, yeah, I could see moving the NQ a lot, but the effect it had on the ES is amazing. As we were talking in the room, just think of that. One stock move this market, right? Up 2% or whatever. Okay, we're up 2%. What's going to happen, and it will at some point, I don't know when, what's going to happen when all those big stocks decide to correct, right? If the market decides to pull back. It's a pretty interesting thing to think about. Because if one can move it this way to the upside, can't imagine what 7 or 10 of them can do to the downside. But that's for another day. As of right now, this market is just screaming to the upside. ES is now up on all three time frames. SPY also. NQ got very close, right? They're in balance. NQ is down. Remember, NQ is down on the weekly and the daily. They're coming into balance. So for me, even if they take out their all-time high tomorrow, the weekly will still be in balance until next week, and we'd want to take out this week's high. If we don't get this tomorrow, then, again, that's the balance high. All right? And I'll show you on the charts later a little bit of that. We have a tremendous gap. $5.50, over $5.50 held. NQ's is, I think, 340 points. Okay? Righty, let's get righty out of the way. Righty does not hold the gap. It was a small one. They end only with an afternoon pullback in H. Now, don't forget, righty is still holding that island top here. Never got into that gap to fill it. On the other hand, we're holding an island bottom gap, right? Here's the gap. Here's Sunday. Here's Tuesday's gap lower. We never filled it. And now we gapped higher. So we left these 2 days all by themselves down there. Okay? NQ goes out with a triple distribution day. F's high to the day's low is one distribution. H's low to H's high, where they're 3 wide is the middle, and K's low to the day's high is the upper. They also have a poor high, and they never got the all-time high. ES goes out. Oh, and they have an afternoon pullback low. By the way, we were 6 for 6 wide before all this started to the upside. ES goes out. Afternoon pullback. A double distribution. Their single prints were right in a row. So it's F's high to the day's low, K's low to the day's high, and we also have a poor high. And what's even more important for that, it's an all-time high for us. And we hold tremendous gaps, both us and NQ. I had a very good day. I did not, unfortunately, participate in this grind that much, but still had a very good day. One loss today, and it was on a short, and I'll tell you why I shorted it. I'll tell you that first. When NQ failed to hold single prints in F, when G made a new high, even though we had already pulled back, and by the way, I did not take this pullback because at the time, that's where the park was, and I was looking for a little lower. Boy, oh boy, was that a beautiful afternoon pullback. But when they failed to hold single prints in F and G went higher, I thought we still have a chance to come back in. So I did take, that's my only short of the day and my only loss of the day. It was a 10-point loss on a one lot in NQ. I shorted at 98, took it off at 08, and you saw what happened after that. Other than that, I just longed this market. I longed A period in NQ to get the overnight high. I longed it when it pulled back against the opening and the 144 simple moving average. Did that in B period also against the opening and the 144 in NQ. Bought ES in B period with the ebb and flow. And he pulled back. I bought him and put him back out. Went long C period in NQ to pop the IB high. Worked. ES C period long against the overnight high when it came in. Made money on that. Where else? E period, long ES, ebb and flow. When the market has so much in favor of one side, which MGI, which the bulls had on my checklist sheet, which we go over all the time, right? They had gap, value, overnight high, the opening, IB high, single prints, the indices, raise and park. That's powerful. I'm looking for nothing but longs for the most part. Then in NQ, I took a long in F period when they did fill the single prints. Over here, got paid on that when it came in, went back up. I told you my loss. And then I finally participated a little bit in J and K and NQ on the long side. So I had a very good day overall. Didn't get involved in the grind. Now, I did miss a couple of longs that I wanted. I wanted a long in H period and ES if they had filled this one tick. Missed it by a tick. Same thing in K period. When it came in, looking to get long against H, never filled it. So even though I didn't participate, I was looking at very visual areas where I wanted to get involved. Unfortunately, I didn't get them. But good day. Okay. Destinations, 508.49. All-time high, poor high. The only destination in ES. SPY. Downside, single prints. 506.88 to 86. Second set, 506.73 to 51. Third set, 506.06 to 03. So they're all small. They're all within $1. So we could take this all out in one shot tomorrow. We'll see. And then today we have the afternoon pullback low, 504.91. And then the daily low, 503.02. And filling the gap at 497.37. 565 point gap. Or $5.65. Now, ES, I put in bigger increments, so I'm not sure if this is the exact highs. Probably not. But we have the all-time high, which is poor, at 07. I should have left them in ones because I'm not sure of the... well, let's do that real quick. No, you know what? I don't have to do that. I can go to my other one. There you go. It is. 0705 is the all-time high poor. Then we have the single prints. They get filled at 87.50. I'm sorry. First one gets filled at 91.25, 87.50, and 82 and change. So they're very small and close together. Afternoon pullback at 71.25, and then today's low of 52.25, and the gap gets filled at 98.50. One of the largest gaps I've seen, right? Do you remember we had those really large gaps back in October, November to the upside, and we never got into them? Well, here's a large one. Here's your chart. Up on the monthly for ES and SPY. SPY never stopped one time framing down last week. So guess what? It's 7 weeks up. And ES just came out of a 2-week balance. Up. Daily. Up. Remember I was using all this as a balance? Well, we just blew through that to the upside. Now, let me show you triple Qs real quick on the weekly and daily. Triple Qs missed the all-time high by 2 cents. They're now in a 3-week balance. So if we don't make a new high tomorrow, last week's high is the high of the balance, and this week's low is the low of it, right? That's still balanced right now in NQ. They were down. I'm calling them balanced now. The daily, now, it might sound silly, but I had the daily down yesterday, right? We took all this out. Markets don't go bare bull. So even though it's a huge gap, to me, this is just balance. So for the daily to go up, what do we have to do? Take out today's high. If we take out today's high and go up, the daily's firmly up. But the weekly, I would wait till next week to take out whatever this week's high would end up being. Hope you had a good day trading. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.